So audio's working now, and yeah, I thought I'd see if I could, how audio visual could I mix. Obviously, we've got the images that are changing. I've also got a dynamic link here through to bird songs. So it's just like, well, what sound do they make? So if I link through to this, it just takes me onto a basic website, and if you can sort of hear the sound of the doves in this case, I thought was quite amusing. And similarly, I think this is another one which you can go through to, just to give what we're doing, just make it a bit more interesting. Can we do things to do with history and so on, in the same sort of way? I don't know. So so that's the product, so to speak. And I did learn lots of bits and pieces. So we've got some visualizations and so on the side. But if you can see that we've got different metrics. So in this case, we're looking at the wing length, but I've also got something where you can look at the weight of the bird, and then there's another one where you can look at the a comparison between the wing length in millimeters and the grams of the bird, and just give it's just an idea that you can compare the two. So maybe kicking off with this idea of a kind of dynamic measure, and sort of showing you under the bonnet how that works. Essentially, the way it works is you create a very simple table with a 1, 2, and a 3 in it. One for weight grams, one for wing length, one for millimeters per gram. These aren't absolutely essential in all fairness. And if we move back onto here, we can look at the measures, because what the measures do, probably help if I actually show you the data set. This is the data set here, so we've got lots and lots and lots of information about the birds, and this is an amount if it's relevant. I'm just going to sort by the amount, sort descending. Yeah, so you can see the average weight of a male, an adult, a female, etc., etc. So the way in which the metrics work, the measures work, is that I've created a weight measure, and all that does, it runs a calculate function to only look at the attribute average weight adult. There's a wing length, which looks at only the average wing length adult, and then the wing length millimeters over weight is just a measure over another measure. So that's fairly straightforward. So moving on to the dynamic measure, the way in which that works is a favoured function of mine, which is the switch function, and it really just runs along the process. You would put switch true, and then it's a bit like saying if the values in the metric chooser table are 1, and you get that by hitting the filter, so that'll give you a 1. So if it's that, then give me the weight. If it's a 2, give me the wing length in millimeters, and if it's a 3, give me the we want the wing millimeters per gram measure, and then it's an otherwise a 1. This doesn't really work in all fairness, but yeah, I think it's because it's not actually a measure. So that's how that piece of it works. Obviously, and then the birdsong link and so on, they're just the way in which these have to be constructed, links have to be constructed is in different ways. So just moving over to the birdsong URL, I'm just going to expose these here. So here's the birdsong URL. You have to make sure that it's a category of web URL. So that's how you do that. And then if you want it to be a URL to an image, hold on, there's a bird song. Yeah, okay, yeah, if you want it to be an image, then you have to make sure that you've selected that that's an image URL. And then the final sort of trick, so to speak, is that this image, this is this IMG image slice, which I think it's fantastic, and I don't really know what the equivalent of it is. It appears that this image slicer, if you like, has been dropped from the custom visuals, but I think it's brilliant. So I've included that in the downloads for this, so you should be able to pull that in as a custom visual. So that's that for the moment. I'm not going to go into too much detail in terms of how I scraped it, because I think that's really a job for another video. Suffice to say that I use a combination of a number of functions, essentially concatenated into each other. So one function appended to another function to appended to another function, and so on and so on. So it's certainly from my point of view, reasonably advanced use of M code, because it's relatively efficient. It's using functions and so on. So I think that's probably a job for another day. So hopefully you've seen some interesting things there, and do give me the thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video. So thanks very much. Cheers, bye.